Hello vinyl community, this is Matt, and this is another update video. Some recent purchases. I went recently, just a few nights ago, to Zoinks Record store in Pomona, Pomona, California, and I went there with Gregory Short. Um, it's kind of cool. We both live in the same city, and we've hung out a few times now. I think that was our third time, and yeah, it's always really great to hang out with him. He's very knowledgeable when it comes to music. He knows lots of different types of music that I'm really not so familiar with. So it's you know, a good compliment, I guess, to my knowledge and his knowledge, and to talk about vinyl and music and so on. So yeah, we met up. He came to my house, and then we drove over to the record store. And he's already made a video. He made a video a couple of days ago about his finds. He got several records, some really good stuff. And yeah, I figured I would just show what I got that same night as well. I did also get this record collector magazine slash newspaper. Greg already showed this, so I won't really go into it. But it's kind of worth having just for the cover. You know, the Sgt. Pepper's 50th anniversary. So that's kind of neat. And you know, you can get these all over. I don't know if it's all over California or if it's just Southern California. But yeah, I mean, a lot of record stores carry these, and they're free, so it's kind of nice. So let's start with the vinyl. The Police, Ghost in the Machine. This was $5. The only other Police album I have is Synchronicity, so it was nice to find this. And I thought, you know, $5, it's not bad. It's in pretty good condition. It's a pretty solid VG plus. A little nick out of the corner, but nothing major. The vinyl itself is very nice, and yeah, some classic Police songs on here. I only actually really know a couple of the songs. I think Too Much Information, and of course every little thing she does is magic. That's kind of the classic track. But I thought for $5, I've got to grab it. Next up we have Stevie Wonder, Hotter Than July. I do have 2 or 3 Stevie Wonder LPs. I did not have this one. Of course, this has Master Blaster on it. Yeah, and Happy Birthday. Those are easily the 2 biggest tracks that were on the album. And again, this is a pretty solid VG plus. A little bit of edge wear on the sleeve, but nothing too significant. Vinyl itself is in very nice condition. And yeah, $5, absolutely. I should mention actually that I didn't have to spend any money at Zoinks. Greg mentioned in his video that I traded in a bunch of stuff, and you know, I only get $25 for it. The guy actually offered me 20, but I pushed him up to 25, which was fine. I mean, I was hoping I might get 30 going into the store, so 25 isn't too bad. It was just there were a few CDs, and there were 1 or 2 cassettes, a bunch of records, but they were all like the K-Tel albums, and there was a Stevie Wonder LP that was in there. There was a let's see what else. A Queen record that was, you know, so it wasn't all garbage, but they even said that, you know, to be honest, I kind of don't even want half of this, but you know, I said just make me a lowball offer, whatever. And he said, "All right, $20." I said, "How about 25 store credit?" And he said, "Sure." So I didn't have to spend any money. So that's $10 for these 2. I then got Erasure, The Innocents. There's a certain irony to this, because one of the CDs that I traded in was Erasure, The Innocents. But I saw this on vinyl, and I think this was $5 as well. I saw this on, or maybe $8, something like that, 5 or 8. I saw this, and I thought, you know, I can't leave this there. I already have 2 or 3 other Erasure LPs on vinyl, and I said, this is coming home with me. You know? The three big hits on this album were A Little Respect, Chains of Love, and Ship of Fools. Actually, I guess A Little Respect is one of Erasure's best known songs. And this is in really nice condition. I'd probably put it in EX, excellent condition. I also got a couple of cassettes. Fleetwood Mac, Tango in the Night. I've been looking for the LP of this for some time. And, you know, I can find it. You can find it in record stores. I can find it on eBay. But it's expensive. You know, it tends to go for kind of 15 to 20 bucks. And you know what? This was $3 for the cassette. And I still had, I still had $10 to use up from the store credit. You know, it was getting late in the evening. We were kind of winding down. We were going to get going. And so I asked if I could look at the cassettes, see, they're kind of up on the wall in the record store, but they're behind like a door, like a glass cabinet type of thing. So the guy comes and opens it up, and I had a look, and I spotted this, and I thought, yeah, Tango in the Night, $3, we gotta have that. And I also got Echo and the Bunnymen, Self-Titled. This is a really kind of a cult classic album. To be honest, I only know 2 of the tracks on here, which are The Game and Lips Like Sugar. And Lips Like Sugar is a fantastic track. It really is. This was $5. And so that took me up to, let's see, $23 so far. We've got the 3 LPs that were $5 apiece. Then these were 5 and 3, so that's 8, so that's 23. So I had a couple of bucks left to use in the store credit, and they sell 8 tracks in Zoinks, which is nice. You know, a lot of record stores don't even touch 8 tracks. They just, they won't go near them. I got 2 8 tracks. One works, one doesn't, but it's all good, you know. First one that does work is Dire Straits Self-Titled. This was $1. I do have this on vinyl already, but again, you know, I can't pass this up for $1. It's got Down to the Waterline on it, and Sultans of Swing. You know, 2 iconic Dire Straits tracks, and I have tested it, plays fine, so I was happy with that. The 8 track that unfortunately I'm having some trouble with is Electric Light Orchestra, Out of the Blue. I do already have the CD of this, but I kind of wanted an analog copy. There's some kind of tape jam issue, so I need to try and open this up. I did replace the pad, which is doable without opening the cartridge completely. This is one of those finicky cartridges. It's a little tricky to open, so I may try and open it again. I got a little frustrated with it, so I left it for now. We'll see. Again, I do have this on CD, but you know, again, it's a classic album. I can't leave this sitting in the store for $1. Yeah. So that was everything from Zoinks Records store, and then afterwards, Greg and I got a little dinner, got a little something to eat, so that was nice. And yeah, you know, it's always nice to hang out with him. We've done it a few times now. Sure, we'll do it again soon. It's just kind of cool to find somebody that lives, I don't know, within, he must be within sort of 5 to 7 or 8 miles of me. So it's nice to find somebody in the same city who, you know, and it takes sort of 15 minutes to meet up. I do have a few other purchases, some non-Zoinks purchases, just real quick here. A couple of CDs. First up is Widespread Panic Choice Cuts. This was a whim. I sort of bought this on a whim. Years ago, many years ago, when I was a teenager, I had I guess you could call her a friend online, and this was back when I still lived in England, so this is, yeah, back when I was a teenager, and she was a teenager as well, maybe a year or so younger than me, something like that. Anyway, we used to chat online. This was back in the days of, you know, AOL, You've Got Mail, that sort of thing, and she sent me a CD. She made this CD for me, and one of the tracks she put on it was Widespread Panic's Climb to Safety. And I loved the track. And for some reason I got to thinking about it last week, and I was like, oh, you know what, I'm just going to go and order the CD. So this is essentially a greatest hits CD. This is Choice Cards, the Capricorn years, 1991 to 99, on the Capricorn record label. Has 14 tracks on it, including Climb to Safety. I think I did know one or two others. Traveling Light's a nice song. So is Rebirther, and Aunt Avis is pretty good too. I've only had a real quick listen to it so far. There's also a live version of Pigeons, which I gave a real quick listen to. It sounded pretty good. So yeah, this was off of Amazon, I think. It was like $6 with shipping, something like that. I also got Echo Belly on. Echo Belly were a Britpop band. Not one of the better known Britpop bands. You know, I'm certainly better well known in the UK than outside of the UK. But you know, they certainly went up there with like Oasis or Blur or Pulp or anything like that. I got this for one song alone, although there is another song that I know on here. The other song that I know is King of the Curb. It's a pretty decent track. But the song I bought this for is Dark Therapy, which is an amazing track. It's probably my top 10 favorite Britpop songs, so if you're interested, go on YouTube. You can find it easily. Dark Therapy by Echo Belly. It's give it a chance. Let it get to the chorus. You might be pleasantly surprised. And then finally, this last item is probably my favorite one. This was again a little bit of an impulse buy. I do tend to do that. This was an eBay purchase, and I was super stoked to find this. This is the 8-track of The War of the Worlds, and it's, from what I can gather, it's pretty rare because there are 0 copies for sale on Discogs. I could only find a few on eBay. They were all pretty expensive except for this one, and none of them came with the box except for this one. So yeah, this comes in this really cool little box. It's a double album right here, and it's on, I think it's on the Columbia label, at least the inner sleeves are Columbia, and I couldn't pass this up. I stopped myself from buying it at first because I'm supposed to be cutting back, you know, on the music purchases, and you know what it's like, you know, whether you're in a thrift store or a record store, whether it's on eBay, whatever, and you see something and you want it and you try to resist it. You try to, because I already have this on vinyl, and so it was a little bit difficult to justify. But although it wasn't very expensive, I think even with shipping, I think it was only $15, which really isn't bad. But and the more I researched it, the more I thought, you know, nobody seems to actually have this. Certainly not with the box. None, like I said, there are none for sale on Discogs, none for sale on eBay with the box as of last week when I bought it. Maybe there's some now, I don't know. I did find a few others that just had the cartridges, but even those seem to be going for like $20-25. And yeah, with the isn't that a neat box? I really like that. You know, and on the back it just tells you who the different voice actors and singers that are on the soundtrack. So yeah, and I've given it a quick try. It sounds fantastic, by the way. It really does. Whether it sounds better than the vinyl is another matter entirely. It's 8 tracks, so really it can't sound better than the vinyl. But as far as tape goes, it really sounds terrific. And I was just so pleased to have this because, you know, the War of the Worlds is one of my favorite soundtracks of all time. I first heard it when I was 9 years old, and I know where I was when I first heard it. I was at a friend's house. I had a friend called Matthew. I guess we were kind of best friends at the time. I don't know. That's what we told each other. I mean, you know what you're like when you're like 8 or 9 years old. And I was over at his house one time. It was like a sleepover type of deal. And his parents had the soundtrack. I don't remember what format it was on. It wouldn't have been 8-track. It was either CD or cassette. and we played it, and I remember him telling me like how scary it was and everything. I guess to an extent, when you're 8 or 9 years old, a Martian invasion can be kind of scary, I suppose. But it was more the music. I mean, it just blew me away, and it sounded like nothing I'd ever heard. And you know, I eventually got it. I think I had the CD in England, I think, or maybe my parents did. But then when I started getting back into vinyl a couple of years ago, that was one of the first albums I got. I thought I'm gonna have to get War of the Worlds, so I got the record, or the two records as a double LP, and now we have the 8-track. So really cool. So that's all the recent finds, recent buys. Thanks as always, guys, for watching, and yeah, until next time, bye bye.